This massive slab had been outside rotting in my friend's yard for months, so I decided to save it and make a huge live edge river mirror out of it. My good friend Johnny Lambert, aka
Johnny Builds,
is in town, and we're gonna go pick up a really cool slab.
We are back out at Mr. Bart Comar's house again. We're gonna be picking out a slab. You think you got something good?
I got some stuff I don't know if you're gonna like.
I'm pretty sure I like it. Come here, buddy. Who's the big boy? Who's the big boy? Spot. Oh, we got a good spot. Yes. Oh, buddy. Like the forest over here. One with nature.
That's all ash, and that is cottonwood burl.
I'm just looking at the edges. I'll just go for that one. We got some cottonwood burl slabs here. It's got a really cool jagged edge that I think will look really nice. Some cool movement along the bottom and top of the mirror. Just got a truck and already man, maybe I need a bigger truck. 12 feet. Okay, that's gonna be, I don't know if that fits. I'm thinking this little piece will be a coffee table later at some point. Okay. We got some drama. A massive thunderstorm just came out of nowhere and we threw some tarps over the slabs. I hope this doesn't ruin them because it's a freaking monsoon right now. Water and wood doesn't mix. Set it over here. All right. We are back from Bart's, and the plan is we're just gonna flatten this slab as it is so we can see what the edges are looking like and then pick 2 6-foot sections of the edges that we're gonna use to make the top and bottom of the mirror. So because this is a very, very rough slab, we're going to flatten it out first, reveal the grain, and then make the decisions about how to split it up to make the top and bottom sides of the mirror. And I'm securing the slab here with the amazing T-track clamping options from channel sponsor ROCKLER Woodworking. Link in the description for those interested. Got the one side flattened, and that is honestly the most time-consuming part of getting everything flat. So it's getting late, we're gonna call it a day. Come back, finish up flattening the other side tomorrow.
The next day.
Johnny has got his epoxy pour in there, and the garage is going to be getting dusty, so we need more workspaces. And fortunately, the inventor of this cool new gridlock table sent me this product, so I did get it for free, but I'm excited to try it out because it's full of clever features, and you guys know I'm a former patent attorney, so I always dig clever innovations in technology, especially in the workshop. So this basically will flip open super quick for us, give us a really nice solid level workspace. So we got the slab flattened in the shop, and it is time to fill all these cracks and voids and whatnot with epoxy to stabilize it. I'm gonna do the whole slab as if we were using it as a slab, just filling everything with epoxy, and then I'm gonna decide what edges we're gonna cut to make the sides of the mirror later on once I've filled everything. To fill it, we've got this stucco tape, which is something Johnny recommended to me, and we're basically gonna tape off over all the voids on one side. I'm gonna flip it over and do that satisfying epoxy pour. The epoxy is all nicely cured, and we did have a little bit that ran through to the other side. Right here, we need to get this bottom side flat again so that we can put this back on the CNC and flatten off the overfill of the epoxy on this side. So we're just going to use a heat gun and a chisel to take off the excess epoxy from this side. Before we go further, a quick message from this video's amazing sponsor, SimpliSafe. It's kind of crazy that this renovation has gone on for over 2.5 years now, and I've been relying on SimpliSafe for that entire time. I can sleep easy knowing that SimpliSafe's 24/7 monitoring service has live agents standing by, ready to call the police, firefighters, EMTs. I also love how easy it is to set up and add on to my SimpliSafe security system. Via SimpliSafe's app, it usually takes less than a minute to add any of SimpliSafe's entry sensors, motion sensors, glass break sensors, indoor or outdoor cameras, smoke detectors, and so on. And a huge bonus, all this protection doesn't cost you a ton. SimpliSafe is typically under $1 a day. That's less than half of what you normally pay for traditional home security brands. Not only that, but you could try SimpliSafe risk-free. If you don't love it, you can return it for a full refund within 60 days. And the holidays are the best time to gift yourself or someone you love the gift of security. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Right now, you can get up to 40% off of your SimpliSafe security system when you head over to simplisafe.com/Industrial or follow the link in the description below. And as always, when you support a brand that's supporting this channel, you're also supporting this channel and community, so much love in advance for that. Thanks again to SimpliSafe for sponsoring this video, and now, let's dive back into it.
Alarm off.
We gotta cut off the edges that we're going to use for the mirror. A few factors go into this. First, I think we wanna pick sections of live edge where the live edge actually slopes towards the mirror itself. Two, we want to have a lot of undulation because that curvy shape is why we're working with a live edge in the first place. It looks super cool. So I want to kind of cut sections of edge where the curves that dip down are in the far corners, leaving the center of the mirror usable. And if that doesn't make sense for me just describing it, well, I think you'll see in a minute. But first, got to cut these down. A lot of tension in the wood, so we're just gonna do the last little bit here with a handsaw. Wow, do you see that just ring apart? Okie dokie. We got a little 2 steps forward, 1 step back here. When I played these pieces down just because I want them thinner looking for the final piece, I exposed some more voids that weren't filled with epoxy. That means we're gonna have to come back with another round of epoxy to fill all these voids that we just opened up while planing. And because the black pigment in the epoxy will actually stain the wood around it if you don't seal it, we're gonna go ahead and seal it first before we put that last bit of epoxy in here.
Look at that grain that's just popping. This wood is so cool. And look at this, it's just popping. Pop, pop! But the finish just brings out all those cool patterns.
You guys, I swear, Johnny has actually been here the whole time, even though you haven't seen him much. And we've been hanging out just while we've been working because we're doing kind of similar projects. We're trading off tools. So he'll be in the garage with the CNC while I'm in here with the jointer and the planer, and then vice versa. But let's go check on how he's doing. Johnny, what do we got going on here?
We're gonna flatten this slab that's gonna be the door to that cabinet I made.
So it's gonna be a live edge walnut door hidden under all that epoxy. We'll check back and see how that's looking later. So over here is what the rest of this cabinet structure. This is gonna house more Nat Geos. And then down here, gonna be the 2 walnut live edge epoxy doors. Should be pretty freaking cool. We will actually see that at the end of the video. Now, let's get back to my build. I got these 1/8" aluminum angles, and we're gonna use these to attach the bottom and top to the wall. We're gonna have to route a channel for these. I want them to be totally invisible, and I'm gonna set it further up so that In that channel we route in the back, there's also going to be space for LEDs to wrap around and backlight the mirror. We get one shot at this. It's obviously a unique piece of wood. We would have to go get another slab, start over. No fun. We don't want to do that. Hope this works out for us. All right. Quiet on the set, boys. I got one side of the mirror all routed out. We got the big slot for the mirror itself to rest in so that the live edge is going to go all the way along the side. And now I just got to repeat all that for the second side of the mirror. I'll do that off camera and meet you guys in the shop to throw the finish on the wood. We're taking a quick break from building the mirror to check out the project that Johnny's been working on while I've been working on the mirror. Now, I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, yeah, that's cooler than the mirror. And you might be right, but you still shouldn't say it. I don't want to hear it in the comments. Don't leave a comment, don't like, don't subscribe, don't do any of that. None of that. I don't want any of that. But you should go to Johnny's channel and subscribe to him.
Subscribe, send it to your grandma, all of that.
Yeah, but don't subscribe to Industrial Maker. Whatever you do, don't subscribe. We got a 3/4 inch by 1/8 inch thick aluminum angle here. We're going to screw this to the wall and use this to actually mount the live edge slabs to the wall before we slide the mirror in between them. We're just going to cut these to length on the miter saw and then come back with a drill and do some countersunk holes we can use to attach to the wall and the wood. First thing we're going to do is I've got some double-sided transfer tape on the back of this angle iron, and we're going to stick it on the wall perfectly level with the laser level, then use this as a guide to start the holes for the masonry anchors we're going to be using. Toggle bolt, I guess they're not anchors, we've got toggle bolts we're going to be using to attach these. If you've ever used the tile saw bit, you'll know it's very hard to get this not to walk at all. Even if you start sideways and loop it over, especially with a bigger bit, getting this exactly where you want is hard. But drill a 1/2 inch hole in a piece of wood, tape it to the wall over each hole, and now it won't walk on you. Now we got that marked. These are anchors that are designed to work in tile walls like this. So we basically have a sandwich of these two things, and then you have the tile, which is a 3/8 inch thick, and then 5/8 inch drywall sandwiched together with some mortar in between. So we tilt this little front part like this, it goes through the hole, it'll pop flat against the back of the wall. Then you pull this strap out to pull this piece flush against the wall to create your little sandwich. And then this has the hole for the screw. Each of these is rated for 155 pounds in drywall. I don't know what that is when you add in the tile, but it should be more when you have tile there. We should be okay. The mirror does not weigh nearly that much, so hopefully this will work. Glass guys are knocking at the door. They just got here. They got the mirror, so we can see this all come together. Let's go get them in. So the mirror got delivered today, and immediately I've decided to call an audible. We're changing the plans up a little bit. Original idea was to have the live edges, the bottom and the top, and then do 2 pieces of wood on either side, cut from the same slab, and then 2 straight pieces of lumber on either side. So I'm holding the piece up here next to the mirror. I'm thinking about it, and I think that without those pieces on the side, it's gonna look better. So just live edge, bottom and top, and then just leave the sides open. But if we remove those, we don't have any place to hide the LED wires. And we've already had the electrician put the wires through the wall to the top of the mirror. So what we're gonna do is basically just cut a piece of the tile out, just like a sliver of the tile out, running all the way from the top to the bottom behind the mirror. We're gonna be using construction adhesive to attach everything to the wall anyway, so these tiles are shot, so I don't mind cutting into them. And then we can basically run a wire down through the channel we cut into the tiles in order to install those LEDs. I knew that was gonna be dusty, but not like this dusty. We were spraying it down as we went, but man, basically we just have to let the dust settle for probably like 2 hours now before we can do anything else in here. Bam, the cleanup just from that little sliver, that one little thing is gonna add like 3 hours of cleanup in here, just wiping every surface down. Gotta love installation. All right, we're gonna come back, get the wires in, and then we'll finish the beer install in a little bit. We'll put that in and then we'll tuck this behind the channel as we install it there. If you like this project, make sure you check out the rest of the videos for this bathroom. There'll be a link right there. And make sure you sub, because if you noticed, there haven't really been many wide shots of the whole bathroom. That's intentional, because we're saving the full reveal for an upcoming video. It should be out within a week of this one. So make sure you sub and you bell, you find out when we're gonna reveal the full finished product, because I am super stoked on it. And if you haven't seen the rest of the videos on the other projects in this bathroom, there'll be a link right there. Check them out. As always, love you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.